Try her. Try her. It's very, very, very scary video for this one. Pretty scary. 1, 2. Very scary. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Crazy video. 1, 2. Fallen star whole eye, like a fallen star eye, the whole. It's a pretty scary video. Crazy, right? A leg up. Sword fighter form, like slashing. So like when you're like slashing the sword, you're slashing with the leg. Princess Peach, she ice skates, it's like. That one's good. Here. Of course, looks like a pair of legs. 1, 2. They always look scary and they have V's. This one is crazy. Many ways you can look at it. Look at it like legs launching off of a body, but then it also still makes a hole. And if two things were like stuck together, just two things being stuck together. And if you're squeezing something out of her hole, should I just look back at enemy 0, right? Should I? There's some pretty nasty ones. I'll show you one of the nasty ones. The nasty one is, it's right there. Only if you're with a female. Okay, hold on. Down below. What video games imply? I don't know what they imply. I don't know if they imply like when you actually get with a real human, and I have no idea if that's what they're trying to imply, that something can happen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Look at that odd face, right? So we've had a lot of legs examples in here. So we also have Colossus, of course. 1, 2, 3. Crazy, right? Geez, legs and the eyes to make the head. See, like make a head and make the face. Yeah, so I'm looking for things, I wonder if the Nintendo Switch's screen was designed just to have like a blur like that. And like when you see the camera of your blur, that you see that stuff, 1, 2. Kind of crazy. But can you think about it? Think about it takes you so long to make a project, right? But you're like, I'm going to make this product because I want to make a video game product, right? So you make the Nintendo Switch, and then you make that. That one's good also. This one right here. Little smiles. 1, 2. But yeah, that's one of the creepy things too to think about is like, okay, I've not made this product yet, but that does not mean I'm still not making the product, right? 1, 2. That one's good. Point with the pen. 1, 2. Flee. But it's all due to that. It's all I could do to like little ideas that if you wanted to like mirror it onto something, you know. This one's very confusing down here. This feels like Shadow of Colossus stuff. With all the way this stuff's like positioned, and that looks like a human body. So you have Shadow of Colossus right next to a Mario 64. And nasty. See that one right there? Kind of like, I guess there's probably a really creepy adult video that has, you know, like legs, but like the female's dripping from her hole and has another that's looking like her own legs. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. And then the worst part is we also have transgender, so it's like you could be trying to look for a female video that's like that, but then you know. There's the pair of legs up there. Blur, blur. See the power of blurring a screen? It's so crazy to think that some people have maybe had an idea for that. 1, 2. There's legs, shorts, and all kinds of stuff. Legs with the pair of shorts. That's why there was this whole pair of shorts kind of thing over here. Yeah, the poking. See, there's 2 secrets you can look for in Shadow of Colossus, which is crazy. And to me, it's nuts that one of the secrets just does a whole poke out method. I like how this looks right down here. Looks pretty scary. I'm trying to zoom in on it. That's the idea of trying to look for them. Trying to look for the tries. 1, 2, 3. The Y. I could not believe they actually chose a video game character to be so crazy, you know? Like to actually make a video game character just have a slogan that's just like, what the heck? It's crazy how this like reminds me of Secrets, but it's also like reminding me. We have Shin Megami Tensei being confusing with like the half bodies, right? But to this one right here, it's like it feels like a Shadow of Colossus. Shaped into like a Mario 64 kind of thing. Like the outline is shaped. Pretty creepy. I don't even know where You know where this. See the emotion on that one, right? Like, it's like, what the heck's with. I don't know what the heck it is with the idea that you just are like, yo, I want to blur a cam. There's pretty things you can do when you blur a camera. That's a 13. 1, 2, 3. Which also was one of the things I always thought about. One of the things I always thought about was like, okay, it's really easy to make a very detailed video. All you have to do is, you can make different things when you're making that video for a video game. And what you do is you take like actual things in our world, and then you make it. You make it using actual items. And that way you're not like designing like it's kind of crazy because that's why you've had people talk about the Nintendo Switch's cardboard. There's Nocturne, right? 1, 2, 3. But yeah, so surprisingly you can really actually do that if you want. Diddy Kong's crazy, right? Yeah, Diddy Kong is insane. That's like a friendly reminder to let you know that Nintendo chooses really good ideas and really good things to do. They have all their reasons for what kind of games they want to release and why they want to release them. If they want to remake it or, 1, 2, 3. Also, I kind of like how scary it is. Like, if people calm down, right? Just calm down a bit. There's an M. That's like an M-E, right? But like, if calm down, right? It's kind of like telling about like kind of like a calm down method of being like, just to calm down because you're going to get a very old classic game. Like you're going to get a classic game that will be coming out. And basically it's a good game to have on the system. But instead of like calming down or something, you know what I'm saying, right? So it's just like, that will be coming out. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom has been really cool to look at too, right? But yeah, that's kind of also a positive message if you were to ask me, like 1, 2. They don't really even have to do that, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to do anything for that. Ishtar, Sad-Eye. But yeah, they don't have to do any of that, basically. And the stuff that they think about, that's why they're thinking about. I like that one. That's why I'm all about Code 13, because 1, 2, 3, I like the shape behind that. There's a reason to pay attention to it. And this one looks crazy. Wow. 1, 2. There's this effect I keep showing in all my videos, right? I show kind of like an effect of this graphic-wise. There's an idea that you would make in 2 different video games, right? But you would continue something, you know what I'm saying? So first you'd make it the first way, and then the second time you make it, you would like continue to show what you can do with that. So you'd make another thing. And that's where my ideas came up in my head, that they would be like that for all the squares on Shadow of the Colossus, that they might find like some way to add stuff in there, which is very scary, but like add stuff in there that they can add, that kind of thing. But they're using a square method, so everywhere you move on the map, and then they could fit something in there, So yeah, I would take enemies out of a video game. You know what I'm saying? I would take enemies out of a video game if I could cram something like that in there, right? And I like looking at that one too. This bird from Zelda, you know. These birds, man. These birds. Do females look nasty when they do that? It's on their face. I have, you know, right? It's like. Mario has a mustache, you know. The original voice of Mario was pretty scary because, like, you know, like had the original voice, but it kind of had an idea of like a witch or like a female. So it was kind of a crazy voice. And then trying to think that Mario doesn't actually have a mustache, you know what I'm saying? Like saying like, I don't think Mario has a mustache. See, look how the art of surprise, when we were looking back at this, like when I was in the video showing you this, look how crazy the art of surprise is. So like they like the holes, you know, that looks like a nasty little cream drop in that. But you know, that's the kind of thing. You smash a vagina, you smash a head, right? 1, 2, you know, there's baby Mario, right? 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So that's the scary idea of trying to look for stuff like that. This is in a form to me, like why I'm looking for like a head stuck together. This looks good too, right here. 1, 2. That looks good also. See, that's just it staring at you. And then this is N. Remember, they have a Pokemon trainer, and his name is like, right? Yeah, so there's all crazy ideas. You've seen that design used in different ways. You know, you have Pokemon ZA coming out. They're going to have some crazy ideas for Pokemon ZA. That's their whole entire idea that they're working on with the project. They're going to make it really, really bizarre. Which is good. See, the hopes are that they do make it bizarre. And the reason being, geez, why does it have to look like a position, right? Why does that have to just look like sucking and then look like another position, right? But, dang films, adult films. But, so they have to have like if it's going to be a good Pokemon game, they're going to have to add some detail, you know what I mean? The detail, because that's what make it, you know, that way. I'm looking for runs, uni runs, because do you see how this thing's like moving? There's also crazy thing because there's 3 Splatoon games, and there's certain ways that you move in Splatoon, and the ways that the enemies move. Yes, when you were playing the Splatoon and you were fighting the enemies, all the Splatoon games, when you were fighting the enemies and they were like running and doing like different things, it was very scary because it was like I can show you something very scary in your face, right? But I can make it to like a 2D kind of form. That's why Mario Wonder was made. Mario Wonder is a very scary game. That's why it's such a good game. It's a good game because the tree, you know, tree has sap. You know, you get honey. You got bees an insect, right? You got flying creatures. You got Bible. You got all kinds of crazy things with Mario. And so when they make like a 2D Mario game, and then they make like the ideas behind it, and then they got another shell because they got all the scary singing plants, you know, all the singing plants just singing. So there's that too, to let you know about the vibrant tunes. And then that's why it's such a beautiful thing, because once you add the concept of scary tunes, like tunes being scary, then you get into Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And Yu-Gi-Oh is a very commercialized product, but like you get into the idea of, hey, I just pulled my silver box tin. And when I pulled my silver box tin, right, I got a Dark Magician Girl, which turns into Toon Dark Magician Girl, right? So there you go.